Carly.
And I'm Sandra. And this is
Send
Noodles Lockdown Edition.
Super crazy.
We're trying something new because we can't actually physically be together in person. It's really weird, but you know what? We've got to adapt, and here we are.
I think we've done quite well. Thank you so much to everyone for waiting for this episode to come out. Lockdown happened quite quickly and we had a bunch of things to organise. So we're really happy to be able to make this happen at all. How are you finding it so far, my friend?
Look, I'm kind of taking some time for myself. I think I'm in that part of lockdown where I'm just kind of being very selfish in my actions, and I think that's the really important part, is to just kind of focus on self-care, and I'm just kind of taking a very introverted stance. What about you?
I have done a very similar thing, and I think there's so many likenesses in our characteristics. Although we're both quite outgoing, we also really do enjoy some quiet time, and so introvert Carly has been quite happy to be reading novels and preparing work and watching Buffy.
All right, I get it. You're evil. Do we have to chat about it all day?
And cuddling with my cats who just think it's Christmas, just preparing for the next week. So it's going okay so far. I've been basically Kath and Kel style. Luke and I did a nice walk around the neighborhood today. I do have a bum bag and it does go with my outfit.
Yes, of course. Got a match.
So that was really nice, you know, out in nature.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really.
You got to embrace the sunshine. It has been really tough because the weather has been beautiful, but, you know, we've got to kind of do our bit and stay inside, but you're allowed to kind of go out and exercise. So
we did our little walk, and where we live, we're quite fortunate that we only passed 2 people and we had our masks on. Even though we were outdoors, we still had our masks on, and it certainly, was good for our mental health. But now we're back inside, and honestly, people, it's just not that hard. Just please stay inside, please stay safe. We hope to provide a little bit of lightness, so we will be us, but also please don't underestimate how serious you need to take this, and that it's not even about you. It's about everyone.
Yeah,
you know. So there's people we need to look out for, and so whatever we can do to look out for them, we're just going to do it.
Yep, 100%. So this week we kind of had to make do with what we had as a result of this, and that has resulted in an interesting noodle choice.
And this was actually suggested early on. We've gone for like just such a basic noodle, but also one that I can imagine you've got something like this in your cupboard. This is the Aldi Simplee Oriental flavoured noodles.
I don't know what it is.
But the logo is a ship.
I hadn't even I love that for it. I can't eat it.
Yeah. So basically we thought to ourselves, okay, we still wanted to be doing the same thing. What's something that we are pretty sure everyone would have? And this one has been floating around in the noodle kit for a while. So we're going to go ahead and make this. No frills, kettle, cup.
Let's do it.
We ready?
Yeah.
Instructions are pretty clear. We crack this baby open. We chuck some water in. We let it do its thing, and then we slurp it up.
Yeah. Let's go.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, I really like the colour of the sachet. That's a strange thing to comment on, but I'm here for that colour.
Oh, I like that the flavour sachet sounds like it. Sometimes you're pretty sure it's all congealed into like one giant salt grain, but that sounds good.
You know,
a little nude, I can see.
It's got a very
nude.
Justin Timberlake kind of feel in there.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me.
JT hair vibes. It says fill the cup to the line, but the line is awfully high.
I'm going to trust it.
I'm going to go a bit rogue and I'm not going to fill it up that high. Is that okay?
You are the boss of you.
I am. I filled mine up so it's about...
Oh, it is really high though.
It is really high. So the line actually is here. I'm filling mine up to about here. Also because I'm here for flavour. I'm here for not as much broth. So I've gone to here. Are you okay?
Yes, I put it on the floor to fill it up and thought, I don't know how I'm going to pick this up.
We'd be safe. We just gave a talk on safety. We thought about using chopsticks, but Sandra thought that this wasn't a fancy enough nude, like the cup wasn't suitable, but I am going to use them to hold the lid closed. Oh, wait, the sachet's going now?
Yes, it actually says, so I just read the instructions and it does say to add it in. Are you going to do that, Carly, given that the broth is probably going to kind of take away a fair bit of that flavour for you?
I'm going to do it because I haven't put as much liquid in, and I do have the kettle on standby. I mean, you can see this isn't our usual very high quality production here. There'll be no B-roll this evening. Okay. Ooh.
Quite nice, actually.
Oh gosh, yours is full.
I
Can you see this nice little... Oh, I dropped a pea. Popping my vegetables in now. Pretty excited about that.
Look, I'm pretty worried I've put too much liquid in. I'm not going to lie to you. I definitely feel that was way too much liquid, but I followed instructions. I'm all about being a rule follower.
You do have to follow a rule, and even though we're not eating with our chopsticks, I'm going to use them to do a bit of a stir, and then I'm going to put that lid on. That's going to be a couple of minutes. Oh, what? What have you got there?
I really like the look of these vegetables. There's like corn in there. I'm going to tilt this is very high quality production.
I had a whole pea just jump out at me. Oh, you've got a lot of carrot.
Yeah, there's like corn in there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like actual corn.
I'm actually very excited about this.
Smells salty, but I mean, really, I think the reason we've put these off for so long, probably like the reason you have some of them sitting in your cupboard, is that they look bland as hell. This might be a nice time to talk about why they are a really good nude to have on standby, because I mean, should we talk about costing for these now, or is it too soon to bring that into play?
Oh, I think it's a great time. Actually, I think probably the thing we should talk about is these were recommended to us, right? Like we were definitely told.
Someone did say, it was really early on, and someone said, would you please give the Aldi noodles, can we give them a go? And they have a few in there.
Yeah, I was actually quite overwhelmed. I was surprised how overwhelmed I was when I went in there. So I think it's probably worth kind of noting that they actually have a really good reputation for themselves. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, you're right. Costing wise, this bad boy here cost me 75 cents. Crazy. Totally value.
Incredible.
Yeah, and look, that is absolutely a worthwhile investment. If these are going to be, you know, maybe not as good as some of the others that we have, but, you know, on par with some of them, you'd probably take that. If you can get like 3 of them for the price equivalent of 1, absolutely.
Especially if I think they're the kind of thing that you just grab a few extra of, keep in the cupboard. Lockdown gives you the snacks. I think it's a good thing just to have on standby, especially if you've got, you know, kids and such around the place and they might get a little snacky, then I think it's a really nice idea just to have them on standby. Definitely price point is amazing, and it's not that we ever really engage with anything that's a super expensive noodle, that's just the nature of the product, but 75 cents is incredible. Yeah. Very, very worthwhile. Mine, I did add a tiny bit more water, you might have noticed, because I did have a sneaky look in it, and it was, those noodles were reconstituting like a boss.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
it's turning out quite nice.
That's a sizable amount of noodle happening there.
Yeah, it's really filling up the cup.
Listen, let's talk about positives of lockdown. What have you been enjoying?
Minecraft.
Yeah. I love so much, like, a world-class, gorgeous nerd you are. In the best possible way. I'm not really a video gamer. Mainly because I get super frustrated, and I certainly have things that take up my time. I have been mentally taking stock of all the craft supplies I have.
Yes.
So I can figure out exactly how to prioritize those activities. There's going to be, I mean, anything denim I own is about to be bedazzled. Any bags I have that don't already have decorations on them are about to be decorated.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide whether to take the paint studio down from the kitchen, but why would you?
It's absolutely time to be painting in the kitchen.
Why don't more people do it?
I don't know. It's the perfect place to paint. Right? It's cute. You've got the unlimited access to snacks. Why would you not?
Two wonderful things together. I did notice the other day I'd left my paint palette down for a bit and one of the cats had walked over it, and obviously there's a little, like, it was oil paint as well, bless, and so obviously they'd stood on the black and the red, so that
oh no, that's very
on the bench. She's like, what is this? These little black and red paw prints. I can see where
it came down. It would be beautiful. You could sell it for millions.
You know, there is actually some really interesting stuff about cats that paint intuitively. If you want a rabbit hole to go down, Google cats that paint, and also the links to ancient Egypt. Oh my God. They would mummify them with their artworks like this, wrapped up with artworks.
That is a very genuinely fun fact. I like that.
I'm going to so tag you in some things later. Okay, so how do we think?
I reckon they'll be ready to go.
Ooh.
I want to ask you about your positives, but I think it's probably time to tackle the noodle. You can already see this just without me kind of making any effort. Like, I filled to the line as instructed, and it has filled up. Like, those noodles have just filled the cup. It is very full.
The vegetable just fell onto the floor. Look, dude, there's a lot of noodles in here.
This is a very big meal just on first inspection. Like, if this is a 75-cent meal to you, it is like going to keep you full for very long. Uni students, get on this. If you're not, surely you're already on this, but if you're not, I would recommend this. Maybe. Let's see. Let's do the taste before I actually
I'm going to get a pea in there. This is my mouth full. You can see there's definitely some vegetables at play.
Okay, I want to try it. Are we going?
Ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Oh. Your slurp gave me so strong.
Accidentally did not blow on it before I slurped, and I had to just commit though. Like, I really just
What happened?
I definitely think I put too much liquid in it. The broth is a little bit watery. I'm going to eat a bit of noodle first, and then I'm going to actually give the broth a taste. But I can tell the flavour isn't as strong as it probably my preference would like. I think this is a pretty stock standard kind of 2-minute noodle.
That's it. I'm like, this is 2-minute noodle.
Very familiar.
It is. It is flavour-ish.
Yeah.
There's enough vegetable in it that I feel like it's not entirely terrible for me. It might also be a really nice time, actually, while I'm thinking about the flavour palette, to mention that this is actually accidentally vegan, especially because vegan food can be so incredibly expensive. There's normally a bit of a price hike that goes alongside that, I should say. So to have a little vegan snack you can keep on standby.
That's very awesome. You know, this is a very vague flavour in terms of the name of it. Like, it is, what is this supposed to be? But I've got to say, as I said, it's just a familiar flavour. It does just have a very standard kind of 2-minute noodle flavour to it. I am personally not a huge fan of 2-minute noodle. The flavour, I think, kind of gives me reflux is probably the feeling that I get very immediately when I start eating. But I can tell, I don't think this is going to give me that feeling. I don't know, that's probably like a weird health issue. I'm going to like slide into the comments and be like, wow, you should get that checked out. But I can kind of tell from this that I'm probably not going to get that. Like, I would already know. And maybe it's because it's vegan. Maybe there's something in like normal 2-minute noodles that kind of sets me off. I don't know.
It could be. And I mean, I'm just going on my understanding, so please also check because there's some caking agents and things in here, but from what I can guess, from my knowledge, from what I can see, certainly we're looking vegan. So price point, great. All right, that's fabulous. Well done. But the noodles themselves, how are you vibing with them?
Great question. I think if I cooked this on the stove, I'd be having a much better experience than the experience that I'm having now. I just don't think they're cooked enough. How are you finding it?
A similar vibe. They feel a little undercooked.
Maybe you can kind of even visually tell. They just kind of don't even look very appealing visually.
They hold their shape too well, see?
Yeah, like look at the color of them.
I mean, we've cooked cup of noodles before and followed the instructions and they've come out just fine. So I don't know if maybe this is just maybe the way the noodles are.
That's true. Suppose they kind of are mushy at the same time.
Well, isn't this an interesting scenario? I'm dying to put extras in. Immediately, I need some more chili. I would throw some sweet soy sauce in it. I would be throwing some crunchy onions in there. We're not going to do that today. God, you're disgusting. She just drinks it right out of the cup.
Like the broth.
Like a broth, exactly. That requires a spoon.
What are you thinking, Carly?
I'm thinking, for the price, yes. I think I've been spoiled. If you just want a noodle, a quick 2-minute noodle vibe, or you've come home from an evening out frolicking and you felt like a noodle, then it's a quick snack. However, I've grown accustomed to a certain quality of noodle and I don't even know if I'm going to finish them.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you think?
I don't know that I'm going to finish it either. It is also very big. It's a huge meal. We discussed that when it first started because it was filled to the brim. It's a very, very big meal. So I guess, what are your ratings then? So mouthfeel. Let's start with that because I think that's really where it kind of falls apart, I think, really.
I'm going to give it a 2. Yeah, because it's warm and it's noodly. So that can't be all bad. There's nothing adverse. I'm not offended. I'm just not impressed.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm even going to give it a 2. I think, because I think the flavour is really lovely. I think the broth is really lovely. But if we're just going on mouthfeel alone, there's something kind of off about it. I really like the flavour. I'm going to go there, but I'm just going to focus on mouthfeel for a minute. The noodle to me is like cooked, but not cooked all at once. Like as I've gotten further in, it's gotten soggier, but also not soggier at the same time. Something really weird is happening in there.
I know what you mean. I'm slurping it in, and due to the consistency, I'm prepared to chew.
Yeah.
But I don't seem to need to chew like I should need to chew for the consistency of the noodle.
I'm unfortunately going to give it a 1 for mouthfeel. Sorry, it's getting a 1 because it doesn't feel like it's cooked, but it does. It's clearly cooked because it's quite soggy in my mouth.
I'm going to stick with the 2 because there is still a comfort factor for me that I think plays into that, and I can see that many people would be like, ooh, yeah, noodle. Nice warm noodle.
Yeah, all right then. Hang on, should we go flavour next? Yeah, let's go flavour.
Yeah, they're the boss of us, and this is a Zoom.
Yes, go on, flavour.
It tastes like dishwater that happened to have vegetables in it. I don't love the flavour. I don't dislike the flavour. I'm nutting the flavour.
That's funny. Okay, what number are you going to give it?
Well, now anything I give it above 0 makes it sound like I really enjoy dishwater. I don't enjoy dishwater. A 1.5.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, see, now we're really polarizing. This is what happens when we're not together. I don't mind the broth. Again, though, this is definitely because I like a brothy noodle, isn't it? And because I've just been drinking it from the cup. Drink it from the cup, Carly.
Never. And not for this.
I actually quite like the broth. I do like that flavour of it. I just, as I said, I don't like the noodle. Oh, are you reconsidering?
No. It tastes like liquid that you've cooked noodles in.
Yeah.
And then you've taken the noodles out and done something good with them, and then you just left over with the liquid. So you
pasta water.
You know, in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, how she's making that big soup just out of like the cabbage?
Yeah.
Cabbage water? I feel like I would rather the cabbage water.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I don't mind the flavour. I will rate it a bit higher. I think it's not spicy or anything. I think as a broth, I'm actually going to give it a 3. I think it's all right.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Get back.
3 because I actually think it's quite nice as a broth. It's got no spice food or anything like that. I think it's just a nice soupy flavour. And like I said, it doesn't make me feel sick or anything, which I think is quite delightful kind of flavour.
Okay.
Oriental, as I said, is a really random, I'm not actually sure what flavour we are kind of tasting. It does just have 2-minute noodle vibes, but it doesn't make me sick and quite light in my mouth.
Sorry, what are your benchmarks? It doesn't make me sick. It's warm.
Not like a chicken noodly kind of flavour to it, I think. But as we've established, it is there's no meat product in it. So I guess it's like a vegetable stock kind of vibe. Is that actually the ingredient? Oh, I have no idea what's in this. Flavour sachet, maltodextrin.
Sandra.
Hello.
Sandra. Dean really likes it.
Yes, me too, Dean. Me too. Dean gives this a 5 out of 5.
He actually genuinely enjoys it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's all over his face. Look at you, you little wildling. They love salt.
Yeah, me too. I really like that broth, as you can probably tell because I've just been drinking it straight up from the cup.
I'm not sharing the utensil with Dean, just so everyone knows. So out of 5, and I love that there's no mathematical equation that actually, we're not doing a mean or a median or whatever the hell those people do that love the maths. But out of 5, what are you going to give this overall?
There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to what I'm going to give it. I think that it's a 2. I think my heart tells me it's a 2.
You know, we got to the destination in such different ways, but I actually also feel that I'm going to give this a 2. There's things there, not things that I love. But someone else might.
Yeah.
We'll try it anyway.
Yeah.
Also, tell us we're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God, tell us we're wrong.
Yeah. Maybe we did something wrong. Do you know what? Maybe we cooked it too long. I'm not sure.
If I may, what we've just experienced is a little bit symbolic of, to bring it back to the theme of being in a lockdown, is just making do with what you have, being grateful for the fact that we can even taste this mediocre noodle.
True. That's true.
It is what it is. And this
is what it is.
It's a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? That's pretty good, I think.
Given the state of things, I think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not going to complain about a 2 out of 5 noodle on a sunshiny afternoon. It's still not a bad thing.
I don't know if everyone else is. I'm click and collecting. I'm going to collect my clicking in a little while, actually. So while you're putting together your shopping, just have a little sneaky look at the noodle section.
Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite things to do.
I have to, sometimes if I know I don't have the time I need to commit to the noodle section, I have to actually bypass it because there's so much.
Yeah.
Every time I go, there's more.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like a new discovery every time now. You know, we just have so much fun with this. And I think, you know what, that's kind of the reason we started this channel. And, you know, I think that's been one of my favorite things of lockdown is this is not the first video chat that Carly and I have since lockdown started. And it has maybe been 48 hours since lockdown has started. And
this must be conversation number 4.
Yeah.
And this isn't even the longest one. This is
but you know what, that's us making do with the situation we're in and just embracing it.
And also make sure that you guys do that. Check in on each other.
Yeah.
It's easy to fall into the human burrito of staying inside in your own space and thinking that you're in this all on your own. You're absolutely not. There's plenty of people to reach out to. And if you're feeling a little bit lost, then just shoot messages to random people that make YouTube channels and one of them will respond. It's just check in with each other. It's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Take this time to try as many noodles as you can, but through safe means like click and collect.
Yeah, we don't want to, under no circumstances do we want to encourage you to engage in unsafe noodle practices. Do not have friends around for noodles. No, it's not okay right now. Do not go to someone else's house for noodles. No, that's not okay. Zoom noodles are the way to go.
Yeah.
So let us know how you're all traveling.
Yeah, just check in with one another, take care of yourself and your friends, and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. Bye!
Bye! Thanks so much, everyone!
You're gonna get in trouble.
Daddy won't see till he's editing.